But go ahead.
The next question is something we've talked about repeatedly today, but let me get a discussion to bring up. Excuse me. This is from Lone Wolf. Subject is WrestleMania. With the coronavirus being in the U.S., do you believe that they then should cancel WrestleMania or relocate?
I don't.
I literally was just thinking about this just now.
Yeah.
Okay. As test kits start becoming more available, do you think that maybe they're going to like have tests? Because in South Korea they have like test locations, like people can walk up. Do you think they might just like have testing set up at sporting events where people walk in the stadium get tested? Because I don't know how the test.
They might.
How the test, how you the test, but like, what would the problem be of letting somebody in there of having a big event and nobody tested positive for the coronavirus and let them all in the arena to watch the event?
I saw a suggestion where someone said when people are filing in, it doesn't take but a second to do that. Where you can get someone's temperature, where you do the new thermometer, where you just swipe on their forehead.
Exactly.
Take people's temperatures on the way in, and if it's like, yo, you got a fever, you can't come in. You know, you got to go to the doctor or whatever. We can't have you coming in here contaminating people. So
that's a fantastic idea. Is it, bro? Think about this. What if they didn't cancel anything, any large gatherings, events, but set up testing locations? It would be a great way to just test people,
right?
Like massive groups of people at one time. They're all coming to the event anyway. You know, if you think about it, like they're where they're testing
they might even do that.
Yeah, I mean,
they might even do that.
Because let me tell you the math right now. Let me tell you the math right now. The amount of people, because there's been 117,000 cases of coronavirus, 60-something thousand are still active. Okay, so there's only 60,000 people that have coronavirus. Since it started, there've been 110, 120,000 people, probably more, but a lot of people just have had the symptoms and they dissipated, right? Is that if you take those numbers, okay, and divide it by the population, okay, of the world right now, okay, man, coronavirus basically for an average person, there's like between 1% to 2% mortality rate, okay, but for older people like 60 and up, it's higher, and for 80 and up, it's like super high. It's like 15%, like literally 1 out of 6 people that get it are dying that are over like 80 years old. People have health conditions. But right now, to put this in perspective, okay, is that globally, if you to compare how many people have the virus right now and whether or not it should prevent whatever you're doing, okay, is that if there is an arena, a 20,000 seat arena, okay, would you be willing to cancel the event because one person sitting in the crowd has a disease with a 98% recovery rate? Because that's what we're doing. That's the math. It's like of 20,000 people, one person has coronavirus. Okay, and how could that spread? You know, so how many people? You know, what? So what are we willing to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just a weird deal, bro. Because we've never dealt with something like this in our lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And so, how do they respond? And like you said, once the weather gets warm, this doesn't do good in warm weather. So this is going to be over in probably maybe a month
or so, 6 to 8 weeks, probably.
Yeah.
So like I said, because I was listening to Ben Shapiro today, and he just a great point. You know, just like and he calls things right. I mean, he's like spot on. You know, with predictions and stuff. And he says like we're probably going to be very aggressive coming up here, trying to stop it and use some of the models the other countries have used. And then as the warm weather, we're just going to start seeing the dissipation. Yeah. You know, and then it just then because here's the thing, bro. Look at the COVID map. You can look at there's a map you can go to, bro. It's in the southern hemisphere. It's cold right now. You know, their summer is our winter. Our winter is their summer. Something, brother. There's nothing. There's hardly any cases in the southern hemisphere. Hardly any compared to globally. Right. You know, and you just look at that. It's like, and it travels like the flu. And that's how we see the flu, you know. Like when it gets colder, it's like more people. So over the course of the next like maybe 9 months,
it's just interesting to me that you would think that some of the richest people and corporations in the United States who are now buying U.S. bonds because they feel that's better investment than stocks, that with all the money that they have, that they don't see that this is going to get better, and everybody's putting their money into bonds now, and the stock market's taking a tremendous hit. I think like the 3 biggest companies like Google and Alphabet, and I don't know the other one, they lost like $320 billion just in a couple of days. And plus the oil prices were cut because Russia didn't want to join OPEC.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. I think what's going to happen is I remember how uncomfortable and anxiety there was in the United States after 9/11 happened. Like that next month was kind of like nobody wanted to go to big of what I'm saying. It was just it was different. It was a life-changing event.
Yeah.
When it changed and when it happened, we went through a period like this. This is exactly what we're going to go through now. We're going to get through this, but right now there's uncertainty and anxiety because there's the unknown. Because there is no, they're in the process of making it's a race against the clock. Really, they're in the process of coming up with the vaccine. And once the vaccine gets and starts getting out there, then everybody's going to be then the fear is gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing right now. But I do think WrestleMania is going to be we're going to see some drastic things coming up. I think WrestleMania getting canceled might be one of them.
Yeah, it's not going to be up to them. I think if anything, the state of Florida or whoever can make that call might say, "Hey, postpone this shit for a month or whatever."
Right.
All right. Any other letters?
That's it.
That's been the mailbag. Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom.